All right, so last subject, because I'm gonna try to wrap this all up in a bow with all the things we talked about. So we talked about Bitcoin Core, BIP 110, Sailor dumping Bitcoin, Bitcoin's price being down on sale and stuff like that. Saifedean Moose said this, I want to say a few months ago. He says if Bitcoin goes back down to $15,000, Bitcoin has failed. He flat out said that. So my question to you guys is this, it's simple. Can Bitcoin fail? First part of the question. Second part is, what would it take to kill Bitcoin, if you will? Are we too far along in the game? And also, are you agreeing with Saifedean Moose? Is there a price that it can go down where we say, hey, once it gets down there, I'm not buying anymore. It's over. What can stop Bitcoin? Can it be stopped? And is there a price that Bitcoin can hit that it'll fail?
No, that's a tricky question. Because you can break it down into financially, you can break it down into globally, you can break it down into just the back theory, the game theory style. I think for normies, there is definitely a price that it can fall out of favor, but not fail. There's no failure. If Bitcoin can go back to Bitcoin can go back into, it could sell for $15. It's still technically just doing the same job it's always done. We're just, your units are bigger. And, but there's going to be a lot of people that won't touch it because, I mean, I think I'd hurt if it got down into the single or like the thousands. I've stuck tens of thousands of dollars into it, and my money's down. I mean, this is a fiat mindset. I get it, but we retire in fiat, and it would be a hit. Would I buy a shit ton more? Yeah, I would, but that's because I'm insane. Yeah, but like theoretically, it never can fail as long as the nodes keep going and the miners keep mining. I think that would probably be the hardest part, is with it being halved so much, keeping the miners in business, because they'll switch the AI as soon as it's not profitable.
So you just said you'd be worried if it got down to 1,000. For you personally, Trent, what would be the price for you where you say, I'm not buying anymore? Is there a price?
No. There's no price, but there might be a what would you call it? A portfolio redistribution. I'd buy way less than I do now, but I think I still would hedge it.
All right, Backpacker. Same question for you, sir. Questions for you, sir.
Yeah, man. I think we need to talk about the psychological aspect of this. The psychological warfare you'd be going through in your head in general within the whole industry. I'm talking nation states, countries, fucking everybody. First of all, to be straightforward, it would need to go down to under, the 10,000s. Like, it needed to go under the 10,000s, like single, like, it would need to go to that for me to be like, kind of be like, okay, a little nervous here.
I'd still
nervous. But yes, I would be buying my ass off, boy. Ooh, man, I'll tell you what. I mean, I would go crazy. I would seriously go insane. I'd be buying. But
it's only a 90% dip, dude.
It's only 90%. Like,
yeah,
it's
fine.
Only there, right? And the thing is, but here's the thing. We know that if Bitcoin, for whatever reason, didn't work, okay, what's the other alternative? What, go buy a condo or a house, or go buy some silver and gold? I have zero interest in that. If that was the case, and let's just say if it's not going to fail, it's not. Then, you figure something else out. Just go off grid. I don't know. But Yeah, I don't. It would take some stupid low number. I just don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it can. I don't think it will happen because for every buyer, there's going to be a seller. You can't forget the fundamentals of markets 101, right? You got some people with some pretty deep pockets. I'll have a limit order at 100. No, who had the limit order at 0? Jade Blockstream. What's his name? Adam Back.
That's awesome.
He has a buy order at like $1 or something like that for like the whole supply or something.
21 million?
Yeah, it was like some stupid number. Yes. Yeah. You can check it out. You can check it out. It's out there. It's some like crazy number. I was like, that's kind of gangster. I'm not gonna lie. Makes us all want to kind of think, maybe we should be putting some fat buy orders. But I don't know if I answered the question. I'm unfazed by it, bro. I'm unfazed by any of that. If this went down, you know, I'm grateful enough. I think a lot of us are pretty grateful enough. We got in at a good time. We got some pretty good buy positions. Even then, the buy positions, I wouldn't be fazed by it. I seriously wouldn't.
Well, I have a little different position. So some of you guys are going to think I'm crazy when I'm saying this, but here's the thing for me, okay? Am I fazed by this right here? Am I fazed by $59,556? No, not at all. A lot of people are. That's why it's at $59,556. So I'm not fazed by that. What I am fazed by, yeah, mine neither, man. Mine neither. What I am fazed by is all the attack vectors that I see, what's going on. Again, with the things that we talked about in this video today, I am worried about those things. Am I losing sleep over it? No, because I'm still buying for my proportion of my net worth. I'm buying a high amount per hour. So my actions are speaking louder than words. However, I do know that Bitcoin is ran, and I always say Bitcoin is money of the people, for the people, and by the people, which means it's ran by the people. And if people lose confidence in it, because you would think, oh, this person would never. The problem is you can't trust human beings. You can only trust human beings to be what they are, right? You got to look at what they're incentivized by. I would never, if you told me a year ago that Michael Saylor would be talking and doing the things that he was doing now, I wouldn't have believed it. You know what I mean? But people change. Would I like to say that we'd all stay crazy Bitcoin maxis? Yeah. But as you can see, I don't know if you saw this video, Trent. Did you see the Asian guy who sold all his Bitcoin a couple days ago?
No.
You saw it, Backpacker. We talked about this. He's a big
I watched it 3
YouTuber.
times.
Yeah, big guy. He's got like, how many followers he has?
I know who you're talking about, though. I
Yeah,
saw the thumbnail.
When I saw it, Trent, I'm like, okay, he's joking. It's an April Fool's, whatever.
I almost clicked it.
Yeah. And I started watching. I go, this ain't real. So I turned it off. And then later on, everybody's showing. I'm like, he really sold all his Bitcoin? So that plus all the attack vectors that we have, including the deep state, and the Fed. Again, we are doing this because we want to end the Fed. Did we get a zap, sir? Sorry.
So we got but just to answer your question, 1.46 million subscribers, 12 videos. 12
Really?
videos. 1.46. His videos are averaging, and this is what's kind of weird. His videos are like, his first video was 1.4, next video was 1.8, 259K, 770,000. So, you know, he's getting a lot of views. Small amount of videos. I don't know his background, but anyways, to answer your question, I don't mean to interrupt. That's
You don't pull those
that's
numbers?
good.
What was that, Trent?
You don't pull those numbers?
If I did, I'd be buying a lot of sats.
Trent does, of course.
I do.
What's his name again?
His name is Tech Lead.
Yeah.
As it's spelled, at Tech Lead. Or you can just type in why I sold all my Bitcoin, and
He used to work
pops up.
for Google or one of the top, he used to be a programmer. He's a very wealthy person before Bitcoin. So that's a luxury he can do.
Ex Google and ex Meta Tech.
Yeah.
This is the young man right here. Why I sold my Bitcoin. As you can see, I didn't get too far into the video. I did watch it a little bit, but then I was like, no way.
He's got to have more than 12 videos.
You saying 12 videos on Bitcoin?
It must be.
You must be mean 12 videos on Bitcoin. He's got way more.
He's been going for years.
Yeah, so he gets big numbers. But anyways, so would I think he would do that? No. There's a lot of people that I wouldn't think that would do these things. But remember, Bitcoin is ran by people, right? And if enough attack vectors come in, again, if the wrong party comes in and says, you know what, we want to do socialism, and socialism is the exact opposite of Bitcoin. Did you want to say how many videos he had, Trent, PTC Backpacker?
So it's interesting because on his page it says 12 videos, but if you go to oldest, there's like a lot more videos. Well,
he purged his video list then.
Yeah, he had to have purged his video list because the math doesn't math. It's not adding up. The numbers aren't adding up.
Yeah, he left YouTube for a while. He said he lost a lot of money because he was like kind of like embarrassed and stuff. But let's just say the wrong party. Let's say, I don't know. This is just a hypothetical. Obviously, it's a hypothetical. There's no, socialism or Marxism or communism in American politics. Of course not. It can't be. It's America. We wouldn't have communism. So anyways, let's just say there was a communist party that just said, hey, we want to come in and stop this Bitcoin thing, this dirty thing. I'm telling you, I tell people all the time, the central bank digital currency scare me. If these people, we are doing this to end the Fed. That's why I'm doing it. Part of it is to end the Fed. We need to end the Fed. Can we do it in our lifetime? I don't know. But the Fed is a cancer on this country. And if you have a communist party in America that comes in and goes, okay, well, we're going to give everybody free stuff. What does that mean? That means nobody has to work. We're going to, quote unquote, take from the rich and give to the poor. And they're not going to incentivize anybody to make anything, build anything, create jobs, or to go to work. It's just incentivized to stay home, get free stuff. And how are they going to give you free stuff? Well, again, they're going to print a bunch of money. They're going to overspend, and then they're going to go on the back end because there's only three ways that you can do that. Is either you borrow it, you tax it, or you print it. It's as simple as that. That's the only ways you do it. And when you do those things, guess what happens? The Fed says, okay, we're going to do that. We're going to debase the currency. And then instead of pretending like we're firefighters, because that's what they're doing, they're really arsonists. They set your house on fire from the back. They come around the front and say, hey, we're here to help. Download this app, and it'll give you, quote unquote, free money. And it'll be a social credit score catching up. And you think Bitcoin's adoption was, quote unquote, fast? Watch how fast, because everybody's going to be poor in America if we go to communism. And this is all hypothetical, of course. But if we have a central bank digital currency, a social credit score app on your phone that says, hey, we're going to give you free money every month, just do what we say, and they're going to give you money. How fast do you think that's going to be adopted versus Bitcoin? Much faster.
Because it's mandatory.
Exactly. It's mandatory. So not only can you not have a Bitcoin wallet, it'll be illegal. The exchanges, they're going to shut them down because of regulatory things. Miners are going to get shut down, all these things. Again, that can happen if we vote wrong in politics, and also voting wrong with the stuff that we talked about earlier. Now, again, I'm looking at the price of $59,000. I'm buying every hour on the hour. I'm very convicted in what I'm doing. And I probably will buy and go down with the ship. Like, there's probably no price I would stop buying unless honestly, if we got under $1,000, then I'd say, okay, well, I wouldn't buy anymore. I wouldn't probably sell it. I'd just be like, okay, I lost.
You'd have so much already, you'd be okay.
Yeah. And yeah, exactly. I wouldn't buy anymore. And then I just say, okay, well, what else am I going to do now? So that long-winded story, do I think Bitcoin can be stopped? Yes. Am I worried about it? No. But I always keep it on the front of my mind, just as a reminder, and I say this to you guys out loud, Bitcoin is not an inevitable thing. We have to keep working at it every single day. It's like brushing your teeth, washing your face, lifting weights. We got to make sure we work out our network, because again, if we don't work on it and protect it, somebody will come and destroy it and take it from us.